Today we're playing Dorfromantik, a solo game that can be cooperative where the aim is to build a small village from scratch into a sprawling city, completing various objectives as we go on to get a high score. Now at the time of filming this one there ain't many English playthroughs out there, so I do apologise, but I will try to show you how to play as best as I can. And to start with, I want to discuss the two tile types. The one on the left is a regular landscape tile and the one on the right is your task tiles. At the beginning of the game, your hamlet, as it would be at this stage I suppose, is a combination of 3 random task tiles. The tasks are one of these 5 token types representing forests, lakes, towns, railway lines and wheat fields. As you can see from our starting hamlet, we have a lake with a number 5, a railway line with a number 4, and a town with a number 6 on it. This means we have to connect landscape tiles onto the surrounding tiles to score points. And as you can see, my lake now has 2 tiles attached to it with a lake, so when that gets to 5 we will score those points. Those tiles are all drew at random from 1 or 2 or 3 piles, whatever you decide to do. And for our next turn we add a little bit of railway track, because that is what we drew from that tile. Then we add another, so the second we add a 4th, that task will be complete, and lo and behold, that's what turns up. That's just the way that the cookie crumbles with this game, as it is all random. So that does mean now we complete our first task, and we put that token in a pile somewhere away from the rest, but not putting it back in the box, as only unscored tasks can go back in the box when we fail them. On your next turn, if there are not 3 tasks on the board, we have to place one, and we have gotten ourselves another river which requires 6 this time, and they can be placed along with others so as you can consistently score them. So I do keep placing tiles out. We are continuing to push out the railway line along with the lake, and we do manage to claim the 5-point lake objective. And now our new task is to build a wood for 5 also. We continue placing tiles until I score the 6 for the lake, and as you can see, this might turn into a bit of a table hog, so make sure you have enough room on your board. We get a forest that needs 6 though next, and it has 5 already. One thing you do need to be careful with though is the tile placement, as this river tile I've just attached had to be placed this way because the trees wouldn't have connected to the other tree tile. So you do have to be careful sometimes. You can also completely close off areas with tiles though, like this village, as long as you score all the task points like we have here. You can't close off areas if the points can't be made basically. So you couldn't ever close off a little village that only had 4 tiles if you needed 5, for example. And as you can see, as we place another task tile, the map is becoming huge. So you do have to be careful with where you are placing them and think about your placements a little bit better to maximise your points, especially when your landscape tiles are ever dwindling and our task tiles aren't. So at the minute, we're not optimising our strategy good enough. That can just come down to rubbish random tile draw luck though as we complete this lake here. As you can see, we now have 3 forest tasks to complete, and we eventually do complete number 6, getting a river that needs 5 tiles that we complete on the next draw, for instance. We then get a city tile that can be instantly completed, which I had planned out effectively, as 6 tiles is the highest number you can get on any task, 4 being the lowest. So always keep that in the back of your mind, as we then have a wheatfield railway that needs a 4 to be completed. But eventually I ran out of tiles trying to complete my tasks, and this is what my finished village, town / sprawling city, whatever you want to call it, look like. It's pretty because of the gorgeous tiles, but I feel I could do a lot better on more playthroughs of this. Points wise, we score 42 points, and you also get points for the longest river and rail track, so we got 70 points in total for our first go, which ain't bad I feel. There's definitely room for improvement though, now I know what I'm sort of doing. And you can also add more to your game via the 5 campaign chapters which come in this box. Overall, I guess I enjoyed this. It was exactly what I thought it would be, an untaxing experience of tile placement for a solo player. Now, I say this would be enjoyed a hell of a lot more solo than in a group, because this is co-op solo. There's not really here to drive group play outside of getting the most points. There's no competitive angle where you can shaft each other to steal points. No, everyone's tally all tots up to the end game for an overall score, and I can see groups outside of chill ones not really gelling with this game. No alpha gamer's going to go, oh, let's whip out Dorfromantik and build a nice little cozy hamlet this evening, haven't they? So no, this feels solo only, where you put on some Enya and just place some tiles for half an hour having a chill one. I like it, but I will be honest, there's not much driving me to want to play it again outside of the campaign unlocks, and once I've done that, it might not have much of a place left to go on my shelf, in all honesty. But if you're into your more peaceful games that ain't taxing at all and you want a chill night, I'm sure you'd enjoy it loads. There's definitely a puzzle to be unlocked here if you're keen, but that's it from me really. Thanks for watching.